All right, all right. Today we're going to talk about a new bill that was actually just introduced into the Senate or the Senate like a couple days ago. So just this past week, that could potentially expand all this new tax credit stuff that could change the game for Tesla and all the other manufacturers out there. So we'll talk about it because this could change some stuff. And we'll talk about why this actually affects Tesla as well as all the other manufacturers. And while next year is going to be very interesting for all electric vehicles, including vehicles that qualify or don't qualify, we just don't know yet. And we probably won't know until later this year or even the first of the year because Tesla is not going to affect or want to affect in the sales. But welcome back to the video. Welcome back to another stream. My name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla buying or hacking, as I like to call it, because I've had 3 Teslas so far, a Model 3, a Model Y, and a Model S, and I just love getting that best deal or even where to selling the car at a good deal as well. So hit that like if you're enjoying the video so far, but let's get into it, talk about this new tax credit and everything and all about it. All right, so this new tax credit was introduced as reported again by Teslarati, another video about them. Basically, the TLDR is that they're trying to expand and delay all the requirements from the Inflation Reduction Act that basically negated all tax credits for everybody. I don't think there is a single vehicle right now that qualifies or that potentially could qualify except for like the Rivian and some other vehicles that could get like that full 7,500. But there's not too many vehicles. If you got like a Ford Lightning under 80K then or under 75K, then maybe, but it's definitely still pretty tough to get the qualifications for the vehicles. And that's because with the Inflation Reduction Act, it's a $7,500 tax credit, but it's broken into 2 parts, $3,750 and $3,750. The first $3,750 is basically the manufacturing of it. If the vehicle is assembled in the United States, it gets $3,750. The second part is the critical battery minerals. If those battery minerals are not sourced or sourced from countries that are not on like their bad lists, like China and some of the other countries, then you basically will get the other $3,750 from that. And there's really, it seems like the industry rumor is that all vehicles get their batteries from China and something of sort like that. So that's going to nullify for all the other EV cars that get their batteries from there. But basically this article kind of sums it up a little bit and basically says that the battery sourcing and the manufacturing gets pushed out. But another YouTuber that goes by Bearded Tesla Guy, you can see right down there in the corner. I'll move my thing. Bearded Tesla Guy actually does a lot of updates of the EV tax credit. He did in the past last year regarding the Inflation Reduction Act and all that. And he's also added again with the new bill for this part. But he has a really good write-up here. But definitely go check out Bearded Tesla Guy if you have not already. But he basically wrote it out. He actually read the bill and itemized everything. And so the final assembly would be pushed out 3 years until 2025. So basically we bring back a lot of EV tax credit, a lot of EV manufacturers and EV cars back into the play, except for the ones that are like far out. So like Korea would lose out on this because they all make their vehicles and they don't have their facilities up and running in the United States just yet. And then the battery mineral components, the critical minerals would also get pushed out. So then battery components would get pushed out a year to 2025. In the battery components will be 2024. So the minerals till 2025 and the battery components till the December of 2024. And the critical minerals, which is probably the most crucial because everybody seems to not getting this one yet, but that would be pushed out another 3 years to start frame. So that would be 2026. But this brings the question on Tesla. Like we always talk about Tesla here and how we want the best deal and how to get the tax credit for that. Will Tesla qualify for the final assembly, the 3750? That's most likely going to happen, right? Because they're made here. But then the battery mineral components, that's the what's up for question. And so Elon and Tesla really have not came out and said a bunch about this, except this one statement on this last earnings call on October 19th. So it's in quote, they said, "We expect the Treasury to publish detailed guidance by the end of this year. Until such time it's difficult to fully determine the eligibility criteria, but we believe Tesla is very well positioned to capture a significant share for the solar storage and also electric vehicles." So the thing with this statement here, what Elon and his team said, is that they said they fully expect to capture a significant share of this bill, or this act, as they like to call it. But they didn't say when. So, of course, this whole act goes into play for EV cars in 2023, but it's a 10-year, or it goes into like perpetuity. Yeah, it's like it goes in forever. So maybe they're saying that they're going to capture it in 2024 or 2025. But I mean, of course, if they're able to capture it next year, that's going to be a huge leap ahead of the competition if they can fully get to the tax credit for each of the vehicles, or at least the Model 3 or even the Model Y. But there's a couple of things that need to be done, right? So the Model 3 has to come down in price to like that 55K price point. Right now it's 58. And then the Model Y is completely in the threshold, but that's where I think they're going to introduce a Model Y standard range, which would then further enhance their lead and take over some of their market share with the other EV tax credits. But let me know what you guys are thinking on this. So what you guys think on the tax credit. Do you think Tesla is going to qualify, or do you think that it's going to be 2024, or do you think they're only going to qualify for 3750, or do you even think they're going to announce that it's going to qualify and then they're going to raise prices for the Model Y if you're interested in the Model Y? We already know that the Model 3 they can't, so the 100% the Model 3 is going to get cheaper. We just don't know when. But the one thing for sure is that Tesla is not going to announce anything until January 1st regarding all this, because they do not want to hurt their year-end sales. And you can already see that because you cannot buy a Tesla Model 3 long range. You can't order one, but you can see you can buy one still, because there's plenty of them available for sale to put your name on it for delivery or delivery for November, December of this year. But let's get into some of the comments, some of the questions. But yeah, I want to know your guys' thoughts on which vehicle is going to qualify. But let's get into the questions. Wookie Cookies, welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, Dennis. Yeah, I'm waiting for that Ioniq 6 for my first EV. Yeah, that's actually a good one. I need to make a video on that Ioniq 6 because I have not reviewed it. I've not taken a good hard look at it. I looked at the Ioniq 5, of course. But I want to look at the stats to see if it's a good competitor on that. Have you found any dealers that are going to give you MSRP on it? Are you on any waiting list or order list? Unfortunately, that vehicle does not look like it's going to get the tax credit because it's not made in the U.S., or at least the Ioniq 5 isn't. Not yet, not for another few years. And also the battery sourcing is definitely not as well. Yeah, good luck with that battery sourcing years. Yeah, it's definitely tough. Definitely tough. But yeah, just want to make a quick video on the tax credit on the new bill that's hopefully going to expand it. I mean, of course, this is just a bill. It's not passed in any sort of way. But this is good hype, because if this can pass before the end of this year or even early next year, this would open it up. This would make the competition stronger, which is good for Tesla buyers. This is good because this will then put more pressure on Tesla to reduce their prices or change the prices. Because I don't know if you guys saw what happened in China, but China, they reduced their product prices across the board on their Model 3 and Model Y by $3,000 to $5,000. And people started canceling orders for their other EVs just to buy a Tesla. So that's pretty interesting. But Wookie Cookies waiting list in November 16th. Nice. Do you have a Tesla Model 3, or what Tesla do you have on order? $450. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying a Model 3. Yeah, definitely. I would 100% wait if you're trying to buy a Model 3, because there's just so many things that are going on for next year. Wookie has heard Tesla is going to make a LFP Model Y. Yeah, exactly. I think a standard range Model Y is coming. Hopefully it's not completely made in China like you said. I mean, most likely it is, because the battery is going to come from China. But if they can make a 50K, I would hope they would price it under 50K then, just so you get a tax credit bump. So that if you can't get the tax credit bump, I hope they would price it under 50K, but we'll see. Definitely interesting to see what's going to happen next year in January. Sir David TG, welcome to the video. Place an order for a Model 3 rear-wheel drive. Hopefully Driven gets pushed till next year. That might not get the tax credit. We don't know, but supposedly that vehicle is all sourced from China. Or at least a bunch of the batteries don't come from the United States. But if this bill passes, and that vehicle gets the Model 3 rear-wheel drive is made in the U.S., then maybe you get a 3750. Maybe that would be super interesting. But hope you guys enjoyed this video on the new bill. I'm going to definitely keep my eyes on this one, because this is going to change the game in the market completely if this comes out. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you're enjoying it. And comment below if you have any questions on buying or selling a Tesla, or if you need a one-on-one call with someone to ask all your questions on how to buy a Tesla or how to sell your Tesla or even get good financing at the best rate, you can actually schedule a call with me down below in the description through my Calendly link. And after you schedule the call, you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has all the links and resources that I use to get the best deal at the best possible rate. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.